So we have been talking about chords and chord progressions, and I was showing several of the classes how to play one progression in particular that is really popular and used all the time in all kind of genres of music: pop, hip hop, rock. And this chord progression starts off with a C chord. So the first thing you need to do is identify C3 on the keyboard. And C3 is going to be the one just below this LCD screen. There's your two black keys. So that's the note C. Your thumb is going to go on that note C. The other three fingers we're going to use are our third finger and our fifth finger. And it's really important to keep your hand relaxed and your fingers curved. So I'm going to put my thumb on C. My second finger is going to just float above this note D. My third finger goes to E. Fourth finger floats above F. And then my pinky is on G. So once I have my hand in that position, I just use the weight of my hand to put all three fingers down at the same time. And that's what it sounds like. So again, first finger, middle finger, fifth finger. That's thumb, middle finger, ring finger. Curve those fingers, lift up 2 and 4. So now pause the video and practice playing that C chord on your keyboard. Now, once you have the hang of the C chord, we're going to move to the second chord in the progression, which is actually a G chord, but the G is up here in the top. So to get to the chord, what we're going to do is first just take our thumb and slide it over one note to the B. So our thumb goes from C to B. Then we're going to switch our third finger with our second finger. So our second finger goes to D, and our pinky stays right where it was on the note G. And that chord sounds like this. So again, we're going to use our first finger, our second finger, and our fifth finger on the notes B, D, G. Pause the video and practice playing that chord. Once you've got the correct fingers on the right notes, let's go back to the first C major chord. 1, 3, 5. To get to the second chord, we're going to slide our thumb over and switch our third and our second finger. So that's going to look like this. Again, 1, 3, 5. I'm going to switch my third and second finger when I slide my thumb over. So here's the C chord, slide the thumb, switch fingers, and that's the G. So practice going back and forth between the C and the G. Pause the video and do that now. Once you're comfortable with that switch from the C major chord to the G chord, the next chord in the progression is really pretty easy. What you want to do is hold your hand in this shape. Don't let your fingers move the distance between them, but try to hold that shape that you're in this chord. And all you need to do is lift your hand, slide everything up one note, and put your fingers down again. So now we have our thumb on C, second finger on the note E, and our pinky slides up to the note A. And it sounds like this. Pause the video and practice playing this A chord. Once you're comfortable with the A chord, go back to this G chord. B, D, G, using our first, second, and fifth finger. Hold that shape, lift your hand up, shift over one note, and go down again. I'll show you that again. I'm trying to keep my fingers from moving. I'm just going to play this chord, then lift, slide over, and go down again. Pause the video and practice playing that change. Next, let's put the 3 chords together. We started off with 1, 3, 5 on C, E, G. So here's our first chord. Next, slide the thumb and switch to the second finger. Now hold that shape in your hand, pick everything up, and slide over 1 note. I'll show you that again. Here's the first chord. Switch the second finger, slide the thumb, hold the shape, pick up, and slide to the right. Now pause the video and practice those 3 chords. Once you feel comfortable with those 3 chords, playing the last chord in the progression is pretty easy. We're going to keep our thumb on C and our 5th finger on A, and all we're going to do is switch our 2nd finger back to our 3rd finger. So we're back at 1, 3, 5. It'll look and sound like this. Now switch to the 3rd finger. I'll show you that again. Here's 1, 2, 5 on C, E, A. Now lift and switch to your 3rd finger to the note F. Now pause the video and practice playing those 2 chords. Now let's put those 4 chords together. Starting with the first chord, C, E, G, with our 1st, 3rd, and 5th finger. Now switch to our 2nd finger and slide our thumb. From here, you're going to lift everything and shift to the right 1 note. Now we're going to lift and switch to our 3rd finger. Let me show you that again. So first chord, switch to 1, 2, 4 and slide the thumb. Hold that shape and shift everything to the right. Now hold your thumb and pinky and switch to your 3rd finger. Now pause the video and see if you can play all 4 chords. Once you play the last chord, in order to create repetition, we have to start over again. So from this last chord, the way you get back to the first chord is to hold your thumb on the note C, and then take your 3rd and your 5th fingers and slide them over 1 note. So you're back to C, E, G. So you're here on the last chord, which is an F chord, and then we're going to shift our 3rd and our 5th fingers back. So pause the video and practice making that transition. Now that we can get back to the beginning, you can work on repeating the progression. Here's our first chord, moving to our 2nd chord, going to the 3rd chord, 4th chord, and then we start over again. Practice slowly, be patient with yourself, make sure that you're using the right fingers and that you keep your hand relaxed and your fingers curved.